And on Radio 2, the Organist Entertains, followed at 8:15 by Midweek Theatre.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Organist Entertains. And a big hello from your old organ grinder friend, Rob in Richmond. Presenting the first of our new series in which we hope to cover all aspects of the king of instruments in the field of entertainment and bring you the varied and contrasting styles of many of the world's finest players and instruments. Opening honours to the brilliant Gerald Shaw, a resident organist at the Odeon, Leicester Square, here in London town. Marquina's Spanish Gypsy Dance, played by Gerald Shaw on the five-manual Compton of the Odeon, Leicester Square. The name Wurlitzer conjures up all that's best in the lush, sweet sound of the theatre organ. Our stylist, Jackie Brown, sits astride the Harold Ramsey-designed tooting Granada organ, all set to give us his soothing singing arrangement of Love in Bloom. Jackie Brown, Love in Bloom. We offer variety in this program, and in capable hands, the electronic organ speaks wonders for this modern age. Harold Smart has such capable hands, and feet, incidentally, as you'll hear in this nimble version of Get Me to the Church on Time. Super electronics there from Harold Smart. Well, happy I am to report the terrific growth in the army of theatre organ preservation enthusiasts. A young insurance surveyor, Len Rawle, performed a remarkable Wurlitzer transplant from the Empire Leicester Square to his home, which he literally built around the monster. And this is the way it sounds in his living room at Chorley Wood. The Tango Ecstasy, played by Len Rawle, whose picture you probably saw in the colour supplement of this week's Radio Times. Well, earlier this week we were chatting about things. How long did it take you to remove this instrument from the Empire, Len?
Well, we had just 14 days to take it out, and we made it by about 2 hours.
Well, working at nights. Well, of course you were, yes, that's right. And how many chaps on the job?
We had 14 or 15 fellows, and including such personalities as a fellow called Robin Richmond.
Oh, I remember I brought my van along, didn't I? We were all sort of amateurs and devotees to the cause. But what do the neighbours say when you play this mighty machine?
Well, frankly, they can't hear it, and they were quite annoyed to learn that after 6 months the organ had been playing and they hadn't heard a note. So we've now invited quite regularly to open our windows and really let them hear it.
A revival of the old musical evenings with a big cinema organ. And what does the wife say about it all these big things in the house?
Well, of course, the organ is a very large item, but it has its own special organ chamber, and we find that it takes its own place in the home, much as a piano or even a television.
Well, in these programmes, we'll be bringing you recordings of the old-time greats like Quentin MacLean, Sidney Torch, Harold Ramsey, and many others. But right now, it's the turn of Reginald Foort. Hello, everybody. That was Reginald Foort at the Wurlitzer organ of the Mosque Theatre, Richmond, Virginia, playing the Grand Waltz from the Giselle Ballet. And don't forget to keep smiling. Well, that's what he might have said. And only last week I had a long and interesting letter from Reg from Pompano Beach, Florida. He wishes us all the best for the Organist Entertains and says he's as fit as ever. And although he's now well over 70, he can still touch his toes 30 times. And now that he is officially retired, he's busier than ever, giving concerts and teaching. And as if to pay tribute to good old Reg, here's Brown Rodwell at the organ of the Davenport Theatre in Stockport to show how effective the organ can combine with other instruments. Incidentally, Sid Lawrence plays the solo trumpet and the tune, Thanks for the Memory. Brian Rodwell at the Compton organ of the Davenport Theatre, Stockport, with trumpeter Sid Lawrence, and rhythm section, thanks to the memory, of course. Well, one advantage of the transportable electronic organ is that we can enjoy organ music just about anywhere, from on-board ship to the middle of a speedway track. Our wandering minstrel, Harold Smart, knows all about this sort of thing, and here he comes with Tico Tico. Harold Smart. As an organist myself, I'm very conscious of the widely different tastes of the enthusiasts, and in time we hope to cover everything. But one thing's for sure. Everyone loves a dollop of real, lush, soothing Wurlitzer syrup. And here's a big helping of unashamed goo from our expert, Jackie Brown. Jackie Tooting Brown, and Kiss Me Again. And now, before he plays our finale, a word with Gerald Shaw.
Gerald, you're the one of the last, aren't you, of a long line of eminent organists performing in the West End of London?
Thank you for eminent, Robin. I'm the last left in the West End, and practically, but not entirely, the last in the country. There are one or two others.
Jolly good. What about the reaction of the people these days when they hear your machine?
Well, it's the only place they do hear it regularly, and when we rebuilt the place about 18 months ago, the Duchess, as we call her, she was sunk in her pit, and we had so many letters to the management to say, please let us see it as well as hear it, that we have to bring it up in the spotlight every day and get paid for a clean shirt, which is even better.
That's jolly good.
Yeah.
One thing, why do you call her the Duchess?
I've no idea. I've looked her up in Debrett, I've looked her up in Burke's Peerage, and I've looked her up in the Kinematograph Weekly, and we'd always just have. That's all it is.
Let's just say she's a graceful old lady, eh?
Say that, yeah.
And finally, from the Duchess, de Fayer's Ritual Fire Dance. And so, with Gerald Shaw's fine rendering of the Ritual Fire Dance, we come to the end of this programme. We certainly will do our darndest to please you all if you'll let us know your views. Next week at the same time, I'll bring you the contrasting styles of George Blackmore, Keith Beckingham, and the attractive Doreen Chadwick. We'll also have a couple of surprise records and a thought or two from yesteryear. Well, this is your old organ grinder friend Rob in Richmond saying bye-bye for the present, and I hope to see you all next Wednesday evening when once again the Organist entertains.